Hey, what's going on, everybody? JR here. I wanted to kind of make a video and show you guys my camping setup that I have here with my F-150 Lariat. Starting off, I got the absolute cheapest bed rack that I could find on Amazon. It's $2.99 by Star One. Full disclaimer, the welds in this thing are horrible. And the plates that you put behind the lip of your bed to screw in your bolts, they have captured nuts that they welded on the backside, and with the finish and with the shoddy weld jobs that they did, I had to basically re-tap and thread every single one of those nuts on the backside. So welds are terrible, but you know, saved a couple $100. I mean, it's definitely sturdy. It's not going anywhere. I don't think it. You know, this tent's probably about 150 to 180 pounds, so it can definitely hold that, along with, you know, a couple people inside the tent. So the rooftop tent that I got is a NaturNest. It's basically an off-brand of RoofNest, a lot more popular, well-known brands, quite a bit more expensive too. But for this, I paid about $15.49 free shipping, you know, and you add tax onto there. And the seller was actually pretty well as far as communication, and it was inside of 2 weeks, and it shipped from the West Coast. I live in the Midwest, so it was actually a pretty decent experience. When it arrived, I'll upload a video or a picture later. There was very little damage to the box whenever it arrived, so I was pretty surprised, to be honest. So, but I mean, it's a great tent so far. Yeah, let's open it up and I'll show you inside. So this is what the underside of the NaturNest tent and how it bolted up to that Star One bed rack that I purchased. If you see these guide rails right here on the right hand side up here, there's these aluminum pieces that slide down into there, and then you use a carriage bolt, and you're supposed to use the other pieces to kind of sandwich it between there. And I'll show you. I'll get up here real quick. So I opted to drill through the top there because the brackets themselves would have been hitting the sidebars here, so it wouldn't have been able to clear that enough to make it to where I could get those carriage bolts in there. So I decided to go ahead and just drill through here, and like I mentioned before, there was only 4 mounting points in each 4 corners. So what I did instead was drill the holes and use the other plates, so that way, sorry, try and get a focus here, so that way I could put these additional mounting points in the center here, just to kind of give it a little bit of, you know, a little more strength, and that it's not going to shift around and hit my cab and ruin my truck. So, but yeah, you can see these 2 rails right here. That's what it actually mounts to. And before too, I don't know if you can see it behind here, there's plates that capture these bolts, and that's what I was talking about as far as the terrible weld jobs. I mean, you can see up in here, it's not high quality, but I mean, you get what you pay for a lot of times, and this is definitely a perfect example. So while I'm back here too, I was just wanting to show you guys how I have my camping lights set up back here. Just these cheap $30 rock lights that I purchased off Amazon. Mounted them to the back of here, loomed everything, and then just ran it through the back side of this bed rack. And then right here, it just kind of goes down into that hole down by the bed, and it goes all the way down here, and then I chase it all the way up to the front of my truck. And yeah, I just put it inside the cab and wired it up to a 5-pin switch, so I can show you that too. Alright, so this is the inside of the truck. About a couple years ago, I ended up smoking a deer on the way to work. And with these F-150s, the truck comes with an aluminum bumper and a plastic grill. So I, you know, took the opportunity, so I was like, well, I might as well go ahead and go steal and get aftermarket, build some lights into it, and at the end of the day, it's going to end up being cheaper, and I'll be able to pocket some of the money from the insurance. So win-win, so I figured, why not? While I did that, factory, this came with just like a little tray right in here, okay? So I bought this plate, this mounting plate off of Amazon, and there's a video that I could throw up in the description of a guy who kind of goes through the whole process of the easiest way to modify all of the plastic in here and pull this off and to be able to mount these 5-pin switches. So the way I have this wired up is, I'll show you kind of over here. There's a kick panel down there on the right side of that floor mat, and you can stab power off of that through the ignition. And whenever you do that with these 5-pin switches, the bottom side of these switches will come on whenever you start the truck. So let's start the truck up. Now, I'm not sure if you could see that the greatest in the daylight. Let's get a little closer here. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can kind of see it a little bit better on that one. And I went with red because it matches the red lights in the interior of my truck. But whenever you flip the switch, so the bottom side stays lit with the ignition, and then this sends 12 volts to your accessories, and it lights up the top part of the switch. So I have this set up here to where I have those rear rock lights facing the back for camping. I've got a bumper LED bar, and I've also got a grill LED bar. And it kind of looks custom, or factory in my opinion. It looks like it fits there, doesn't look out of place. You're not drilling holes in your dash or anything like that. And then I have 2 cube lights for each side for my fog lights, and I wired those in over here to use my factory fog light switch. So that way I didn't have any extra switches that I don't need. So it's a nice setup. It works. Haven't had any battery leaching problems or anything like that. Just pull all this molding off here, and then I chased the wires down through here, over under the carpet, through the corner, over there, through that firewall plug. So easy setup, and it's served, well purpose so far. And here's the front setup of the truck for those 2 5-pin switches that are on the switch panel up there by the gear shift. So got the bumper one and the grill. So looks good. It's clean. Had a buddy of mine paint this grill so it had the red accents inside the grill. Then also down here at the bumper, at those plates. So everything looks good. Alright guys, I'm going to show you just how easy these clamshell style tents are to set up. It's literally just 2 latches right here. Release them. Take the handle. Pull up, put a little bit of pressure. The gas struts will pull everything up on its own for you. And you have this bungee right here. You use this to kind of pull the material in whenever you're closing it back up. It's going to push air out. It's going to want to push the canvas of the tent out. So take this right here. Pop that down. Out of your way. Then you've got, in the tent, you're going to have your awning poles. There's 2 different styles. You have these straight poles here to hook up your tent, your awning. Then you have 2 other ones that have like a little bend in them. So that way, if you're on the sides here, if you have like an accessory, like you have like your own awning that rolls up this way, this will kind of go up and over that. So basically, just take the end of it right here. You have these holes right here. Put it through both holes. Send it out towards you. Find the little ring on your canvas. This side's good. Same thing. that's it. It's completely set up and ready for you to jump in there and camp. You know, super easy setup. If you're coming into bad weather or whatever, you know, I mean, it took me what, probably 45 seconds to set everything up. So nice, quick, and easy. Let's show you the inside now. Alright guys, now this is the inside of the tent here. What's nice is it has this fabric up top here to help with condensation if you're camping in a colder weather. You're not going to have anything dripping on you or anything like that. It's got the organization pockets. Pleasant surprise, this did come with the center plastic clear pouch. On the pictures it showed it was all just the fabric, but you know, that'll be handy for like putting a tablet up there for the kids or whatever. You can see up there, there's an LED light strip, and then I ran the wire down through these provided little plastic pieces. Then down there at the end, you can see it there, is the switch, and there's the USB hookup. So you can power this USB, you can you know, I have like a little portable battery pack that I could use to power that, just to light up the inside of the tent. And it works very, very well too. So in this bag, it comes with a nice carry case. This is a telescoping ladder, which if you look here, right there and right there, you have mounts for your ladder. You can mount it off the back, and it does reach with the tailgate down. You also have points on either side, if you can see those two there, and these two over here. So that way you can set it up on, you know, all three sides. You can pick and choose depending on what your campsite's set up as, and you know, whatever's more convenient. It does have some other storage pockets on the side here, both sides. Okay, and also it does have the screen, and then you can also close it if you want some privacy. And these things, I mean, it's like super dark. Like, it gets very, very dark in here whenever you have these all closed up. So yep. So yeah, that's the inside. You also have the same setup here. Have your ties so that way they can get up and out of the way. I mean, it's very good quality. The mattress, I mean, it's probably, I don't know, maybe 2 inches thick. And then it does have this mesh vapor barrier here, so that way your mattress, because you're going to have probably some condensation from the cold aluminum shell on the bottom, and then the difference in temperature between that and your tent and everything. But I mean, you have, you know, there's the mounting points for the rail, but you have this thick felt material, you have this moisture wicking layer in between there, and then the mattress. So I mean, it's very well constructed, especially for the price. I mean, I couldn't find anything better priced, and I couldn't be happier with the quality. I mean, it's really nice. So yeah, here's the other awning poles. What's really cool about this too, let's see if I could show you this with one hand here. So on the bottom side here, this very lower channel, it comes with 2 shoe bags. So you take these shoe bags, let me get this damn thing in there. There we go. Take this shoe bag and you slide it in there. So that way you can have one on either side of your ladder. So that way whenever you climb up in your tent, you undo these, and now you have some place to store your shoes. And what's nice about this too is, if you look down in there, it's mesh. So you'll have a spot, like if you're in, you know, I do a lot of winter camping, so if your boots are covered in snow, you throw these things in here, all that snow will melt off and it'll go right out of the bottom of the bag, so it'll stay nice and dry. But overall, it's a very good setup, you know, easy to set up, high quality. I've got no complaints so far. Yeah, I mean, it's totally worth the money. You guys should definitely give it a shot, check it out. Roof top tent, like I said, got it off of eBay, about $15.50, somewhere in there. Super high quality. I mean, I've got zero complaints about it, so I would definitely check it out if you want to get into rooftop tents and you don't want to spend $3 grand on one. This is a really good option. So, and I'll give you guys updates, you know, as we get out there and go camping and see how it performs in the field. Thank you.